Welcome to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. Well, the Republicans are at it again. They cannot seem to show any spine in the U.S. House. They absolutely are betraying their voters, and they can't even make symbolic votes to show that they are opposed to lawless Democrats who go so far as to attack ICE agents. That's right. We have a handful of Republicans that you're going to want to know about who absolutely need to be called out, who are a disgrace to politics, and it's time they get called out the way that they deserve. But before we get into the story, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. There was a motion in the House to censor, that is a New Jersey Congresswoman named LaMonica McIver, and she was notorious for attacking ICE agents on video in an uprising at an ICE facility in New Jersey several months back. McIver apparently can't even get censored in the House. That's how ridiculous some of these GOP Congress members are. Not even pretending to be an opposition party because they can't even vote for a symbolic motion to censure someone. And another thing that could have come out of this censure vote would have been her being removed from certain committees. Well, in total, 4 Republicans, Representatives Mike Flood of Nebraska, Don Bacon of Nebraska, what's going on with you, Cornhusker State, and David Valadao of California, and David Joyce of Ohio sided with Democrats to crush the measure, while House Homeland Security Committee Chair Andrew Garbarino and Representative Nathan Moran voted present, Moran being from Texas and Garbarino being from New York. Now, Representative Mike Turner accidentally sided with Democrats during the vote, but it has submitted a correction, with an aide saying he supports removing Representative LaMonica McIver from the Homeland Security Committee. So here we have another case of Republicans acting absolutely spineless and are unable to even pretend like they are opposing the Democratic Party. What LaMonica McIver did was utterly unacceptable. There is no excuse for her behavior. We all have it on video. We've seen it. And we know that this is not the behavior that a sitting Congresswoman should display in public. And you can say the same for many other Democrats who have engaged in anti-ICE protests, who have been grandstanding and belligerent and inflaming tensions. So why can't Republicans actually vote against Democrats? It's a bit of a mystery. I think they are just trying to coast through their time in office, collect their paychecks, get their side benefits, and just move on, when actually what we need are fighters who hold their fellow colleagues to account fairly, of course. So why, for example, do Texas Democrats, 60 of them in total, get to break the law, flee the state, waste taxpayer time, and ultimately have to come back with their tails tucked between their legs to make a vote, not just on redistricting, but on flood relief? But you see, in the Texas House, they were unable to censor Democrats as well. Of course, they have a number of problems with the Texas legislature that we're not going to get into here. But it seems like Republicans, you only need a handful of them to spoil the party. And it's time to primary these people and get them out of office and hold Democrats accountable for lawless and reckless behavior, because this is not what we're looking for out of elected officials. So weigh in with your thoughts. We always appreciate hearing you, and thank you for watching Explain America.